Dude, he's big. He's big. He's big. Hello there, T-Mac here, Wild for the Outdoors. And on this episode, it's our first episode of the 2019 whitetail deer season. If you've been following us, you've been seeing that Dalton and I have been working our tails off all year, putting out feeders, hanging up double stands, trying to get all this stuff on camera. And this first good cold morning, it was a little wet. We got out there, and I tell you what, the action began right off the bat.
Tyson's sad face.
He's big. He's so big. He was so big. He's big. We just had a pretty awesome encounter. I mean, really awesome encounter. Had a couple little bucks out here on the feeder, and we caught a glimpse of a decent buck coming in, and then a giant came in. 20 yards. Circled around, stopped at like 15 yards. Just stood there where I couldn't shoot him. Just knew something was up. He was a giant good buck. And then it started raining. Luckily, the rain will hide my tears. Alright, well, had a good morning's hunt. Only thing that would have made it better is if I'd have shot that big sucker. Boy, we had a little buck in there on the feeder before it even got light. We both kind of was staring over there forever thinking, is that a deer? You couldn't really tell, but it was a deer. And he kind of moseyed off. And then another deer come up. No, he stayed there the whole time, didn't he?
He came back.
He did came. Yeah,
he left and came back.
And then he brought a little friend with him, and I just happened to catch a glimpse of some of mine, like to my left, and I seen a nice little rack. I was like, and I just told Dalton, man, that's a pretty decent buck over here. And I turned back around, and I seen him. He was just a stud, huge buck. And I'm sure I went to elbowing Dalton pretty hard. Dalton said his eyes got about as big as saucers when he looked over there. But that sucker went out. Every deer came out into that opening, and I could have shot every deer in that opening except for him. He would not come that much further. That's all he had to come, and I'd have had vitals, and I'd have took a shot. Whether I'd have hit him or not, I don't know. At 15 yards, I really hope I would have. But he just wouldn't come. He just would not come out of that. And so he didn't have a name when we started, because I'm pretty sure I got pictures of that deer. But he has a name now. I'm gonna call him Slick, because he slid right past us just barely today. We're gonna be back out there this evening, and hopefully I got a broadhead for old Slick. Stay tuned. Woo. Unfortunately, that's all the footage we got of those bucks. Something went wrong with the camera. It was rainy, so we took the backup camera. We didn't want the main camera to get wet, and it just stopped working and deleted the footage that he'd been taking. But where that little 8-point come out, there was a giant right behind him. He just would not come out into the open where I could get a shot. You know, that morning on that hunt, we kind of figured out that my longbow wasn't going to work in that double stand we was in. I just had to have too much room. I couldn't get around. There was some rails on it that was up pretty high without banging into it. So I just kind of put my bow aside, and I'd shot Dalton's bow before, and we shoot pretty much exactly the same. His pins work just fine for me. So I was hunting with his bow that evening.
This is fun.
It's a little rainy. We've already seen some deer moving on the way in, driving and walking. It's supposed to quit anytime. Hopefully we'll get it done tonight. This tree's swaying like a big dog. Right now, we got a wet butt, and it's pretty miserable. That's a nice doe, but that fawn was way too small, so she gets a pass today. I guess I'm getting kind-hearted in my old age.
Now, I know you see me there, and over my right shoulder out there, that big buck's out there. He's out there for 30, I don't know, it seemed like 30 minutes, might not have been, might have just been a few minutes, but I tell you what, it was driving me crazy. And the whole time, Dalton's back there with a camera, the viewfinder is black. It just went out. So, at the last minute, he sees that buck coming in, he ditches the camera and pulls out his phone, and this is what we got.
Where's another? Where's another? Dude, he's big. He's big. He's big. We just drive the buggy down here. Oh my God. He's big. He's big.
I didn't think he was gonna go past that tree.
Oh my God.
He got hung up at that tree. I didn't think he was gonna come.
First time I've shot a compound at a deer in 10 years.
Yeah, baby.
What do you think of that? Well, come out here tonight and tell you what, got a dandy of a buck on the ground. He is a giant, big old body on him. This is the first deer I've shot with a compound in over 10 years. And I tell you what a way to start with the compound again, huh? picked up the compound a couple times last year, or one time last year. Didn't do so hot with it, and just kind of put it away. This year, Dalton said, man, you ought to try shooting that bow of mine. And I tell you what, we must shoot exactly the same, because that thing is dead on. Hit him a little high, but he was a little closer than I thought. And I tell you, we persevered like nobody else, I think, today. My goodness. We, this morning, come out, had an encounter with 4 bucks that we know of. One a little bit bigger than this guy. He was running with a different crowd. This was just one little buck and this guy. But started filming, the camera went down, done something weird, so we didn't get a lot of footage. Rained and rained and rained and rained all over us. My gosh. And then went to town, got some stuff, and still raining like crazy. And came out here tonight, raining when we come out here, and cold wind blowing. It was absolutely miserable. Stuck it out and had a doe and a little fawn come out. And I talked to my buddy Matt. My buddy Matt had posted a post like, oh, I couldn't shoot this doe the other day. She had a little one with her, and I just wasn't going to do it. And I thought, I just shot her. I told him, I just shot that deer. I couldn't do it. That little old fawn, and I was just sitting there watching him and thought, man, I ain't shooting this deer. And I tell you what, it paid off, because this guy came in at 6 o'clock, him and a little buck, and I tell you what, that is a nice buck. So I'm happy. We're gonna get him out of here, get the old Raptor Razor busy, gut him, get in America, and I got a long night ahead of me because I got to get up early and go to work tomorrow. So that's a fine deer. Dalton, thanks for being there with me, buddy. Thanks for all the help this year. I tell you what, hope you get you one too, man. Oh. You get a picture now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of this year's 2019 deer hunting. I know I did. Apologize for that phone footage, but that's all we had. And getting that transferred to computer and rendering it, you know, it can be a headache. But I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Putting a big buck down like that with an arrow was absolutely incredible. Through all the adversity with the rain, the soaking wet clothes, the malfunctioning cameras, I tell you what, I just thank God we got it done. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to bringing you more. God bless y'all. I love you. I'll see you next time.